Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of HeartSlayer. You're here with the HeartSlayers, Derrick Acosta and
Meg Turner.
That's right. Today we're going to be taking calls, answering emails, answering everybody's questions, solving everybody's problems. So, without further ado, let's get to it. Okay, everybody, we are back here with Giancarlo. Giancarlo, you're here with the HeartSlayers, Derrick and Meg. What's up?
All right, so my problem's a little different. It's not like a relationship, like romantic relationship, but it has to do with my neighbor.
Okay.
So we recently, like a couple of years ago, we had somebody move out of like our complex, and she just left behind like 8 cats because I guess she like was just letting them live in her apartment, and she's kind of like a hoarder. And so we took in one of the cats, and she's been living with us, and it's cool. She's a really nice cat, but my neighbor like has like this weird like thing about all right, so my neighbor has 2 cats, and they're both like the biggest cats I've ever seen. One of them's bigger than my dog.
Oh my
and
God.
She like feeds them like aggressively, and like I don't think there's any problem with like feeding your own cats, but anyway, so she like feeds our cat all the time, and at first it wasn't a problem, but then like she would feed our cat like 6 or 7 cans of cat food.
Oh my God.
Wow, in one day?
Yeah, and so like our cat would come like staggering home and then like throw up like literally handfuls of cat food.
Oh, man.
God.
We didn't know what to do. So after a while, we didn't confront her. We would just sort of politely like, hey, like you can't feed the cat like 8 cans. Like, why are you feeding her that much? Like, you can give her treats, but you can't be like giving her like crazy amounts of cat food. And my neighbor has like this weird belief that like cats like self-regulate. Like she keeps saying, like anytime we bring it up to her, she's like, no, they know when they're done. And I'm like, clearly not, because she's eating 6 cans of cat food and sitting.
Yeah.
So anyway, so we thought it was all resolved, but recently I think my neighbor's been feeding her again, because I like go outside and like let the cat out, because she's an indoor-outdoor cat, and she like runs over to my neighbor's terrace and then comes back and throws up cat food that I'm not giving her. So it's sort of, and so now I just don't know how to like we already talked to her about it. So now it's like I either have to like escalate, like what do I do? Do I have to be like confrontational and be, anyway. So that's the sticky situation I'm in.
So that's your issue. You have a neighbor who refuses to stop feeding your cat.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really weird.
That's
It's
crazy.
really weird.
Yeah, that does sound weird. Is this neighbor weird in other ways?
Oh, she's really weird in other ways. She bought like, she just breaks things like all the time. I don't know what high, like expensive items. Like in the past year, she's broken a motorcycle. She's broken like 2 snow blowers. I'm like, this is like thousands of dollars of stuff. And she just buys them and then breaks them like within a week. And then they sit in her garage. She's kind of strange.
Money to burn.
Okay.
Yes.
So,
Well, congratulations. You now have an indoor cat.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's like, is she just an indoor cat now? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It sounds like, breaking stuff doesn't mean you're crazy, but just let's...
Well, no, like she takes it apart, like in like a manic sort of like, I'm going to fix it, make it better kind of way.
Oh, she's a tweaker.
Yeah, like a
tinkerer is what you mean, Meg.
No, I mean tweaker.
that might be more accurate.
Somebody who takes stuff apart.
I mean tweaker.
All right. Well, yeah. So, just listening to your story, I feel like my initial reaction is maybe you need to have another conversation with your neighbor and like take a photograph of your cat's barf.
Yes.
Just to show her the proof that, my cat can't self-regulate. My cat's barfing up all the food you're giving to him. And
like Exhibit A.
Maybe that'll get through to your neighbor, like, oh, I'm making the cat sick.
That, and maybe just say like, hey, you don't need to feed my cat.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, I tried to be nice about it, and I think I could just. My like other weird idea that I had, and I've talked about this with my girlfriend, and she does not think that it's a great idea. But my idea was that I would like bring over like a bag of treats and just be like, hey, we felt bad about telling you not to feed the cat, so here's like to try and be like, I know you're feeding the cat, but I'm not going to say anything, but here's some treats, so just feed her these. But that might be too weirdly passive-aggressive.
It doesn't hurt to try.
I mean, that doesn't actually seem passive aggressive to me.
It really doesn't.
Yeah,
Or
like,
maybe
it's
say
sort of
like,
I don't want to make this awkward, but also please stop.
you could always say, hey, the vet said that I have to keep my cat on a special diet, so please stop feeding it.
Well, my only thing is your neighbor might take that as like a green light to keep feeding the cat.
Totally feed
You know,
even more.
when she runs out of those treats, she's like, "Oh shit, what else do I have around here?"
10 cans of cat food.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, like tuna fish. It also doesn't like, because I did try and say about like, hey, you can't, because we have to regulate her diet. But that was a hard lie to sell, just because she's like a really good hunter, and so she's always bringing me like birds and things.
Yeah.
So it's sort of like we're regulating her diet, but also she eats dead animals. But
And
also
also your
regulating
neighbor's
her diet.
convinced your cat self-regulates. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, which doesn't make any sense. Like, it's a real weird thing. I don't understand.
Yeah, I mean,
tried to explain
I
it.
have a cat. I know my cat doesn't self-regulate like at all.
None of them do. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know any
No
animal
cats
that.
do.
Yeah, cats get like really fat. That's what they do.
Yeah, it's so weird.
I would,
It's like-
Oh, go ahead.
No, it's just strange that it's like, this is like I don't know where she heard that or like gained that belief, but she really because she even told me a story like that she was like proud of how her vet told her that she needs to stop feeding her cats, and how she like told off her vet about like how cats self-regulate. And I was like,
Oh, yeah, that makes me think that nothing is going to work with this neighbor.
Yeah.
Not even a picture of the barf. I mean, if a vet is giving you advice on the animal, and you're arguing with the vet, and then you're really proud that you're arguing with the vet, I don't see why you would listen to your neighbor about their
like proud
cat.
enough to like brag about it to me, like
Yeah.
to be like, oh no, I showed the vet, trust me. I was like, what are you talking about?
Oh.
Yeah, I hate, I feel like at this point, all you can do is try to limit your cat's exposure to your neighbor.
Just keep her inside and sort of, and like we don't have like a huge place, but she can definitely, like get around. And also she doesn't really go outside anymore except to like get food from our neighbor. Like we'll let her out and she'll check for food, and then she'll just come back inside after she's either eaten or our neighbor wasn't home and she's just not eaten, I guess,
Yeah, I mean, really passive aggressive, I think, would be to save the cat barf in like a Ziploc bag and then give it back to the neighbor
Here you go.
and be like, "This is the food you gave my cat. Maybe you want it back because my cat threw it up."
Recycle it.
I feel like that would sour things a little too much.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if I want to go down like total scorched earth route.
That's the most passive aggressive route you can go.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
I would,
I mean, I still have to live next to her.
yeah, I think your suggestion of bringing some food over, that doesn't seem extremely rude to me.
No,
So
not at all.
I think
try that.
Yeah, your only option is to have another conversation with some sort of evidence. So either a picture of the barf or your own food. Don't go empty-handed.
Right.
Bring some sort of negotiation token, and see if you can get through to your neighbor one more time. And if not, I would,
it inside.
make your cat an indoor cat.
Okay. All right. I
Maybe,
like that. Thank you,
maybe
guys.
even mention to the neighbor,
Cool
like,
advice.
if you keep feeding the cat, we're gonna have to stop letting her out because we don't want her to be eating.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
That's really
That's
good.
a really good idea.
Yeah.
Because she does really like she's not totally crazy. I mean, she's definitely crazy. But she's nice. She's not like a bad person. So she like pets the cat and she's friendly. So it's like, I don't want to like hold the cat like as a negotiating to like we're like, I feel like it's like a weapons exchange. Like I have the cat on this side of the fence. But
Exactly.
You don't want your cat like to continue getting sick though.
Well, maybe she doesn't
That's
want
really
to,
the I wouldn't even care that much if the cat wasn't like barfing up all the time. And then also like, I don't mind if cats get a little heavy, but she's like an active animal. So I would feel bad if like, because she's getting overfed, she's not able to like run and play and do like the cat stuff that she likes to do.
Yeah, that'll make the cat depressed. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just the fact that it's constantly throwing
Yeah,
up.
gotta have the best interest of the cat.
Yeah, that's
here.
another thing.
So hopefully she'll come around and feel learn to understand that she's not helping the cat out.
And it's not her cat.
Yeah, it's not her cat.
Yeah, that's the weird part. Like I would never like like at the most, like I've also get like one of our neighbors has a dog, and like if the dog comes over with the neighbor, I'm like, oh wait, I have a little treat. Here's a little treat. But I would never be like, oh, your dog came over and I fed it.
Dinner time.
Like that's just such a.
I gave it 10 cans of food today.
It's a strange like. I can't think of any other situation or like any social situation where I would think that was like acceptable. It just seems. I don't know.
Yeah.
My mom
bizarre.
actually asked her about it because my mom there's another dynamic there in that my mom and her are like not friends, but they went to school together. It's kind of like a small town thing.
Okay.
And so my mom knows her and like asked her about it once just when they were like hanging out, like in a sort of like low key way, like, just, how, why are you feeding the cat? And my neighbor's explanation was that she feels sorry for the cat. And my mom was like, well, he feeds her, like she's taken care of, but I guess I really don't know.
Yeah, she must think you don't take care of the cat enough.
Yeah, which is like it doesn't irritate me all the time, but like every once in a while, I'm like, I take care of my cats. Like, excuse you.
Yeah,
like,
right?
It feels like a personal, like,
Pretty presumptuous to feel sorry for my cat.
Yeah, it's like she thinks I'm over here like starving my cat, like with
Sorry,
some sort
my
of,
cat does it, like,
eating
40
disorder. It's like
pounds.
Yeah.
she's well fed.
She must think she knows something you don't, or something.
Well, she does. She knows that cats self-regulate. She does know something.
You're right.
I don't. That's
Right.
what she believes.
She knows that. So that's our advice. I think one more nice confrontation, and if that doesn't work, you got to restrict your cat's outside exposure.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Cool. Hey, call us back. Let us know how it all works out. I'd love to know.
I will. I'll give you a follow-up.
Awesome.
Follow-up interview.
All right.
Cool.
Thanks for the call.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Good luck
See
today.
ya. Okay, everybody, we're back here with Richard. Richard called us a few episodes back, episode 5 or 6.
Or
and
something.
Something like that. Now he's back. How's it going, Richard?
Doing great, guys. Doing great. The new year, new opportunities, a lot of new heartaches, but
Oh, no.
it's all part of the
Oh,
package.
So just to keep everybody updated here, you called before about online dating. We told you wanted to ask a girl out that you'd met online. We told you to ask her out that night.
Yeah.
But you're not here to talk about that today.
No.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a sad story.
That
anyway.
one didn't
It's
work
okay.
out.
No, it didn't. She pretty much kind of ghosted me, just dropped out of contact completely.
Oh, no.
Coward.
So you guys were talking online, and then you asked her out after you called us, and she never responded to you ever again?
She was like, no, it's okay. I don't really want to. I'm like, oh, okay, for sure. And then after that, I texted her just like, normal conversations, and she just never responded after that. So, yeah.
Dang. Well, you know what? Then
You don't need her.
Yeah, you don't need her. Clearly, she was wasting your time.
I'm trying to censor myself right now.
She's doing the online dating thing, but whenever it moves into the real world, she just vanishes.
Panics.
Yeah. I mean, that's part of the whole package. I've had a lot of friends who had the same experience happen to them with online dating, but,
Yeah,
it's all good. Gotta get back out there.
Got to weed out the people who were jokers, people who aren't really serious about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what are you calling us about today, Richard?
Oh, well, totally left field. Nothing related to that at all.
Okay.
So, quick backstory. I live with my brother and his family, and they have a 13-year-old niece. And I have a good relationship with my niece. She comes to my room like every day to talk about K-pop or gossip or all that jazz.
Nice.
And I recently learned from my sister-in-law that my niece has been cutting herself, but she told us in private with her mom. So like, I'm not supposed to know this.
Okay.
But as her uncle, I'm very concerned. I hang out with her every day. I talk to her every day. I feel like we're really close. But I'm not sure. I'm like, how do I approach this? I especially wanted to ask you, Meg, because no offense to you, Derrick, I don't think you can relate to a 13-year-old going through puberty, a teenage girl that is going through puberty.
You never know.
You can't relate to that?
I can relate to all kinds of things. You'd be surprised. So your question is, how do you approach your niece? You've heard that she's been cutting, and
Yeah.
you're just concerned about her.
Yeah, should I try to relate to her, try to bring up subjects that, like my own personal issues, but then I'm not supposed to know either. It's supposed to be just her and her mom knowing, so it's
Right.
kind of a little glassy area.
I was
So-
about to ask if her parents knew.
Yeah. Let me ask you.
Have had the conversation with her.
Oh, have her parents talked to her about it at all?
Yes, her mom has.
Okay.
my niece, she like only privately told her mom, but
Yeah.
then she told her dad and told me as well.
Right.
So, did she tell you like anything about the conversation? Did your niece say why she felt like she had to do that, or if there was anything going on in her life that caused that?
Oh, well, my brother is actually her stepdad. Her real dad is like several states away, and she has, don't want to go too far, but like a couple of abandonment issues. Her dad left her when she was young, and now he has his whole old family and everything, and he doesn't contact her that much. And,
Okay.
Plus 13-year-old teenage years, there's a lot of weird stuff going on right now, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. So, I feel like I'm not a doctor, I'm not a psychologist, but I feel like so when I was younger, I actually knew quite a lot of girls who cut themselves and did self-inflicted pain, and it always seemed like it was some sort of a method of control when your life seemed out of control.
That's a really good way of describing it. I've heard people that have done it in the past describe it that way.
Yeah, I mean,
I see.
I think all of those friends of mine that I had at the time had emotional issues on the inside that kept bubbling up. And I think it was two parts. Like they were hurting on the inside, and they wanted to.
It's a release.
Yeah, have some sort of form, a way of expressing that pain that they
Right.
felt on the inside on the outside, without having to talk to people about it and bring up all this emotional baggage.
Right.
They
Especially because when you're 13, you don't really know how to talk about it.
Yeah.
And so it's just easier because it's a temporary release for that pain.
Yeah, it's a way to express that pain you feel on the inside and show it on the outside. So, and in a way, it's a cry for help because you're putting signs on your body on the outside to show people like, I don't feel good. I feel damaged on the inside.
Absolutely.
And then, like I said, also, it's something that you can be in control of. When you feel like I'm out of control of my emotions, I'm out of control of my life, well, here's something I can do that takes my mind off of that pain that I feel on the inside. Here's something that I can control,
Right.
And then it was weird because sometimes, I had friends that would come with like really bad cuts. Like it got out of control.
Right.
So that's
Oh,
what's so
God.
scary about it is,
Yeah.
it kind of does get out of control every once in a while.
does.
So, yeah, what do you think?
I definitely think that her parents should put her in therapy
Yeah.
because that's number one. Like, you need to talk to somebody about it, and a therapist knows how to get kids to talk. So that would be step number one. Number two for you, since you want to know how to kind of interact with her, that's a tough one because she's probably not going to want to talk about it.
No, definitely not. Yeah.
So I think if she ever does try to engage in that conversation with you, you can maybe try to relate your own issues, like express that she's not the only one that has issues. Like, everybody has problems and that it's hard to get through life.
Yeah.
And that there are other means to do it, and that, like, just reinforce the fact that you're going to be there for her. I feel like that's the biggest thing.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I feel like the best thing you can do is just to strengthen your personal relationship with your niece and let her know, like, not even necessarily force her into a conversation to talk about cutting,
no.
but just find a way to let her know that she's got people there who care about her.
Absolutely.
And, like, just make her family relationship really strong. If it, just even going to like a K-pop event or doing something together just to like strengthen that bond. And maybe she will come to feel like, oh, my uncle is somebody that I can talk to about my issues. And maybe she'll bring it up with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
At which point, you can, like Meg said, relate like your own things you've gone through in the past or just, talking to her about how. Because I feel like a lot of teenagers feel like they're alone in their problems. Like, nobody understands me.
Yeah.
And then you get a little bit older and you realize, like, pretty much everybody has felt what I felt. I'm no different from anybody else out there.
Yeah.
Or even if I am different and weird, there's a lot of other people who are different and weird just like me. So I'm not alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would definitely just kind of show her that you care for her in different ways than having the conversation about her self-harming. So, like Derrick said, do fun things with her.
Yeah.
Because then she'll confide in you when she absolutely needs to.
Yeah, I think just being aware that being 13 is tough.
Yeah.
And she's probably going through some stuff that is really
Yeah.
hard for a
Absolutely.
13-year-old. And just try to make her life a little special, help her enjoy life, help her get out of her shell or get away from her problems. I would say just do something that is fun. Just a reminder that, life isn't all bad. And
Yeah, because that's a good distraction too, because just like cutting is a distraction, going out and doing fun things is a distraction.
yeah.
So,
Okay.
And
So just kind of keep her mind off things more, just make her appreciate life more.
yeah.
make her appreciate life more, strengthen your own bond, and hopefully you guys will get to a point maybe, where there's some downtime and you can have a real heart-to-heart conversation and maybe that'll help her out. But I also agree that her parents should probably have her talk to somebody.
Right. Or
about
at
it.
least have them talk to her about it too, because I feel like the conversation has to start somewhere, and if it's not with her parents, then it's with a therapist.
Yeah. But, there's hope at the end of the tunnel because
Oh,
everybody
always.
I know who was doing that when they were younger, they kind of now that they're older and can reflect about it, they're like, yeah, that was stupid.
Yeah.
And they even admit, I was going through some stuff and that probably wasn't the best way to handle it, but
Yeah.
I was just young and dumb and...
You don't know how else to handle it.
Yeah.
And you see other kids that are doing it.
So it is, I guess what I'm just trying to say is it's something that a lot of people, it's a phase a lot of people go through,
Yeah.
and then they work past it and they don't need to do it anymore.
Absolutely.
So, you can get her to that point. Just show her some love, you know?
Okay, I dig it. Just take her out more, just gossip with her more, just act like everything's kind of normal, just keep her mind off
Absolutely.
things.
Yeah, just strengthen the bond that's already there between you guys. Help her get her mind off some stuff.
Yeah.
Like I said, being a fresh teenager is tough.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, every day she's coming in just talking about wild bird gossip about how this kid's talking crap about this kid and rumors are spreading about this other kid. And I'm like, man, this sounds stupid. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Classic 13.
Yeah. You wish you could go back to that age, Meg?
Fuck no.
There you have it. Proof is in the pudding. It's hard being a 13-year-old girl.
Yeah, oh my god, it sounds horrible.
All right. Well, thanks for your call. Really appreciate it, and hope everything works out for you.
Thanks a lot, guys. All right,
Sure.
have a good day.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, everybody. Now we're going to take a video question. If you want to give us your question on HeartSlayers, but you're not around to call us up, record a video of yourself and send us a link. We'll listen to it and answer your issue. Today's video question comes from somebody who goes by the letter D.
Hey guys, so for the past couple of months, more like the past couple of years, I've been doing online dating, and it's pretty much not gone well. I mean, some people I've met from there I still kind of talk to on a daily basis, but, well, not daily basis, more like once every couple of months, I don't know. But yeah, most of the dates I've gone on, they've kind of only lasted like 3 or 4, and then people just kind of either flake out, or I had to break off one because the girl was getting a little too clingy, and I'm kind of disheartened by it all, and I don't know where to start in regards to like talking to people in my everyday life, because I mean, in my school, like my major specifically, everyone pretty much keeps to themselves, and like we all just do our own work and talk about maybe the assignment and then leave. I mean, I don't really have a connection to a whole lot of people in there, but apart from schoolwork. So online dating was kind of my only real way to kind of put myself out there, if that makes sense. And my question just pretty much is, well, my question is, two questions really. First off, should I stop online dating and just kind of take a break from it all and kind of focus more on like the outer? And the second part is like, when you're doing that sort of thing, online dating, where it's like you don't know the person and like it's really more of just meeting them while also trying to foster some sort of connection romantically, is there a time where it's like you'll get it and then it'll be good, or is it more like you just kind of have to take it slow and hope for the best? Because I feel like I've been trying to take it slow, but maybe I've been jumping the gun too much and people just run away, but at the same time it's like I don't want them to fizzle out on me and like just see it more as a friend thing more than anything, because I do want to keep it like, hey, I am interested in you romantically, but at the same time it's like hard to gravitate between that line and being like clingy and, you know, just kind of overbearing about it all. So really the second question is just how do I cross that line in regards to like what's the borderline between being, hey, I'm interested in you romantically, and hey, I want to take this slow and I want to make it at a pace where we can both kind of understand each other. Alright guys, thank you.
Okay, so just to recap what we heard there, this guy's been doing some online dating, says it hasn't been working out. Sometimes the girls don't want to see him anymore. Sometimes he doesn't want to see the girls anymore because they're getting too clingy.
Oh, the worst.
And so should he stick with online dating or should he give it a break? And if he sticks with it, what was that last part? What's the line between
moving forward and showing that you want a relationship or kind of pulling back?
Yeah. So, you know what I take out of that video is that he says that a lot of times he's going on 3 or 4 dates with these girls.
Yeah.
That's some serious dating. If you're look, usually it's like one date, and the girl knows like, not seeing this guy anymore. So the fact that you're doing 3 or 4 dates is pretty good.
Yeah.
I think that if somebody goes on 4 dates with you and then decides that they don't want anything to do with you anymore, they've either realized that you are not the person they're looking for, or you have held back too much,
right.
You know, and they are perhaps thinking like, I don't know if this guy likes me because we've gone on 4 dates and nothing has progressed here.
Right.
So, yeah, what's your take on that?
Well, if you're looking to be in a relationship, I don't think you should stop using dating apps.
Yeah.
So that's number 1.
And it sounds like going on 3 or 4 dates, you're using them pretty well.
Yeah.
And
So
some of these girls, you're having to ghost yourself. Be like,
Exactly.
look, you're too clingy. You like me too much. I don't know if I can keep doing
please
this.
back off.
So that's cool. This guy's kind of on both sides.
Yeah.
It's not like everybody's ghosting him every
That's
once
good.
in a while.
That's a good sign.
You know what I would say is I think that sometimes people get so obsessed with, oh, I want a relationship, that that's all they start to focus on, and they stop kind of focusing on taking care of themselves.
Exactly. That's why I phrased it, if you really want a relationship, don't stop. But also, like, it doesn't hurt to work on yourself sometimes.
Yeah, and working on yourself can mean all kinds of things. Obviously, the first thing that comes to mind is exercise and take care of your fitness and your health.
Physically.
But it's also taking care of your mind mentally.
Absolutely.
So you got to make sure that you are, you know, if you're anxious, if you're stressed out, give yourself a vacation, pamper yourself a little bit, and make sure that you are relaxed and feeling good and feeling happy.
Yeah.
If you're feeling kind of like pent up and just like stuck in a rut, oh man, like nothing's new. I've been listening to the same old music and watching the same old Netflix shows and I just feel bored with my life. Then, you know, do
Change
some,
it up.
yeah, get a little culture in your life. Start reading new books. Go to the bookstore, pick out maybe some self-help books or maybe just some good fiction that you've heard about. You know, just try some new things.
Yeah.
Start trying to find some new music. Maybe go to a new restaurant you've never been to.
Yeah.
Just, you know, get out of your own shell. So I always think that if somebody is looking for relationships, they need to make sure that they are somebody who's worth dating.
Oh, absolutely.
So-
Like, you gotta be in the right state of mind to be in a relationship, I
Yeah.
think.
You can't just be like,
Cool guy.
I've been bored for the past 2 years, so I've decided to look for a girlfriend.
So please fix this.
Yeah, no girl is gonna want to date that. You've got to be the guy that is
Exciting.
got it going on. That this girl's gonna look at and be like, I want to know what's up with that guy.
Yeah.
I never know what he's doing next. He's so exciting. He's so fresh. He's so interesting. I want to spend more time with him.
Yeah.
So, you want to try to become that guy. I always say, think about what the coolest guy in the world would be doing, or think about what the biggest, most attractive guy in the world would be doing, and be that guy.
Oh.
For me, the answer is always Bruce Wayne.
I was going to say Batman.
How is Bruce Wayne gonna approach the situation?
As Bruce Wayne or Batman?
See, clearly you don't know enough.
I don't.
Bruce Wayne is Batman. All right, there's no...
What?
The real Bruce Wayne always thinks of himself as Batman. See,
All right.
See, even Bruce Wayne does the trick. Bruce Wayne thinks, I'm not going to approach this like Bruce Wayne. How would Batman handle the situation? What would Batman do? WWBMD.
That's what I'm going for.
So, yeah, you got to be the Bruce Wayne of the online dating world, training yourself physically for the next date, mentally getting prepared for the next date.
Or...
Yeah.
maybe try dating somebody that you wouldn't normally date.
Well, this is what I was going to say, too, was my next part of the question.
Okay.
My next answer to this guy is I think it's important, and I don't know if you know this, if you have this in mind, but I think it's important to know what you're looking for when you're looking for somebody to date. See, a lot of times people are just like, yeah, I want to get into a relationship. And be like, okay.
First person you see.
What kind of person do you want to date? Oh.
A female.
Anybody who's into me.
Yeah. Pretty much.
If you like this, come and get it.
Ladies.
Yeah, and that is not enough because you're going to attract a lot of people that you will find out you don't actually want to be dating.
Exactly.
Or you will go on dates with people that you are not compatible with, and you don't even realize that because you haven't put any thought into who is the type of person you're looking for.
That's the problem with Tinder because you're just really swiping on people that are attractive.
Yeah, and being attractive is fine. I think I've listed these things in the past, the pecking order, the hierarchy of what a person should be. But it's important, I think, to know what you want out of a person that you're going to date.
Yeah.
So, like, are you okay dating somebody who doesn't have a job? That isn't career oriented. Yeah, doesn't have a car. Sometimes that doesn't matter, but for some people,
it's a deal breaker.
It's a deal breaker. Or even like maybe they don't have a job right now, but they're still ambitious. They still have something they want to do with their life, even if they're in between jobs. Maybe that's something you look for. That's something I look for in somebody I'm dating. I don't want to date somebody that has no plan in life, that is not interested in going anywhere. If they're just somebody who is happy to sit on the couch and watch Netflix all day, cool. I love Netflix, but we'll be friends, but I can't date you because eventually, if we're dating, maybe we'll get married. Maybe we're going to be on a path in life together. And, I got to make sure that you're the type of person that is going to be on the journey that I want to be on.
Yeah, and Netflix might not be a part of that.
Yeah, and so just have in mind the kind of person you want to date. Do you want to date somebody who likes to go out a lot, who's very adventurous and always wants to be doing something? Or are you more of a homebody and you don't want to date somebody who wants to go out?
Exactly.
Maybe it's preferable to you to find somebody who actually likes to stay in the house, doesn't like to spend money and go out. They just like to hang out and have conversations.
Right.
Or maybe you're somebody who hates having conversations and you want to date somebody who could sit there quietly and enjoy, honestly.
Just each other's company.
We had a caller a few weeks ago and this guy's like, my girlfriend talks too much. How do I get her to stop talking? There's people out there that don't, that there's all kinds of people out there.
Yeah.
And there's all these different personality traits. There's so many ways to configure them together to get different personalities.
Gotcha.
You need to figure out what it is you're looking for.
Absolutely.
And then when you go on these dates, you're looking for a person who fits that criteria. If they fit it, cool. You keep dating them. If they don't fit it, hey,
Don't go on more dates.
Yeah, we're just going to be friends because I like you. I think you're cool. I think you're attractive. But there's just things about you that, there's things about the person I want to date that is not you. Right. So that's my advice. Yeah. Work on yourself and figure out what you want in another person.
Absolutely.
Anything else to add to that?
I think that's it.
All right. So thank you. Good luck. Hope it works out. Keep trying Tinder. Don't give up just yet.
Don't give up.
You've got some things you could do to improve your game there. And we really appreciate the video question.
Yeah.
So,
more of those.
Yeah, please send more. Thanks. Good luck. All right, everybody. Now we're going to answer an email. This one comes from a guy who goes by the letter O, and it says, "Hey guys, hoping to get some advice from you. Here's my story. I am 22 years old and in college. I have a friend group of about 7 people that are all very close to each other. I am also one of the only 2 guys in the group. I don't know if that matters, but anyways, one of the girls in my group has gotten extra close to me recently. I noticed she has started to touch me more and be around me more. And I have done the same back because I think I'm into her too. We had a snow day at school the other day, and I slept over. And we ended up cuddling together, showing to me that she felt the same way. A few days later, yesterday actually, I went over to her place to talk to her and tell her how I feel, which is something I've never done before. I told her that I have feelings for her and that I really wasn't sure about them considering our situation with our friend group. She felt the same way, and she didn't know. She felt the same way that she didn't know and was confused too. She also told me about her past relationship with a girlfriend she had and how she cut off her girlfriend, and she doesn't want to do that to me. I think we're both afraid of losing each other as friends. But anyways, we ended up hooking up. We kept stopping and questioning what we were doing, but kept going back to hooking up. By the end of the night, we decided to stop and told each other we were going to stop these feelings to figure ourselves out and to avoid a relationship that could end bad and ruin our friendship. But it sounded like we were both open to trying it out at a different time. I don't know where this is going, but we both felt weird, even though it felt very right. The more I think about it now, the more I feel like we should be together. So I guess my question is, should I communicate how I'm feeling now or just give each other time? We both have also gone through our own shit recently. Is it possible that we just gravitated towards each other because we were both upset? Can a relationship even work out when it started out like this? Or should we just stop everything in favor of our friendship? Thanks for your advice, O.
Oof.
All right, so rewind. They're in a friend group together. They're both going through their own shit. They started getting close to each other. Then they hooked up. But is this the right thing? You know, we're good friends. Do we want to take it to the next level? Is this going to ruin our friendship? I don't know. I'm scared. Let's not like each other. You know, it's hard to just decide that you're not going to like somebody anymore.
Yeah, I don't feel like you can decide.
Yeah, it's almost impossible. I feel like the moment you go, you know what? I'm not going to be attracted to that person. Then it's like,
more.
Yeah, then that's the only person you want. Yeah. Which is what this person, this guy O, is saying. Once they decided we shouldn't be together, well, now I think I actually really do think we must be together.
Yeah.
Is it going to ruin the friendship? Look, you can't go into a relationship thinking about what's going to happen if this doesn't work out.
Right.
That's no way to start a relationship.
No.
You should be thinking, this is great. Yeah. This is going to work out.
Yeah.
This is going to be awesome.
I do understand the fear of like tearing apart the friend group.
Yeah.
But I mean, like Derrick said, you can't go into a relationship expecting the worst.
I also, though, let me tell you, I don't think you should go into a relationship thinking, this changes everything.
Yeah, no, it shouldn't change anything.
The friendships will never be the same again. Wait till the friend group gets a load of us.
Check it out.
I think you're like with the girl and you're like, so how are we going to announce this to everybody?
God.
No, because now you're making a big deal out of it and you're putting pressure on the relationship. And that is probably why you guys are thinking this is going to ruin the friendship. Look, just enjoy the time you guys spend together and see where it goes. Take it from there, okay? You guys don't need to start planning the marriage just because you started hooking up.
I was gonna say, and you already hooked up. So.
You already hooked up. My advice to you is spend some time with this girl. Don't force her into being your girlfriend. Don't force the relationship onto each other. Just enjoy the time you spend together and let whatever happens happen.
Yeah.
Right?
I agree, but there is a but.
Okay.
There were two things that did stick out to me. The fact that he pointed out that he was one of two guys in the friend group. And that him and this girl were both going through things. So when you're kind of like misery loves company.
Yeah.
And people tend to date their friends. So that's something to look out for. Like it could just be a convenience thing because she knows this guy. But, I mean, there could be real feelings there, too.
Well,
I'm not discounting
Here's
that.
the thing. Okay, counterpoint.
Okay.
They're in the friend group, so she's... Obviously, she thinks you're attractive.
Right.
And she's probably been noticing you for a long time.
I'm not discounting that
like,
at all.
we're friends, but I think this guy's cute, too. And now I'm sort of touching him and spending a lot of time together, and now we hooked up.
Right.
She's probably been eyeing you for a while.
That is true.
Even though you guys were going through some stuff, I don't think that suddenly makes you more attractive
than you
ever were. And also, when you're going through some stuff, sometimes you realize, like, yo, all these other people are treating me like shit, but I got these people over here that actually care about me.
True.
Sometimes it makes you realize who's actually there for you and who's got your back.
Too.
So I don't, unless the stuff that you guys are going through is like, oh, I just had a boyfriend who I cheated on, and now I'm breaking up with him
for you.
And I'm hooking up with you. That would make me think like, okay, take your time, figure your own shit out. But if going through some stuff is like, I'm having drama at work with a shitty boss, and I'm super.
That's fine.
If it's not relationship related. Basically, if it's anything else other than I'm cheating on my boyfriend and now I want to start being with you, then I think Then I think I give the green light. I give the stamp of approval on the relationship.
I'm not saying don't go for the relationship. That's not what I'm saying at all.
Yeah, I'm just saying be weary if either of your baggage is other relationship related stuff. Yeah. But if it's just I'm stressed about school. I'm having family issues. That doesn't have any bearing on the relationship, the romance between you guys. Yeah. And let me tell you, people like being liked, and people want to like the people who like them. Yeah. So if you find out somebody has like a crush on you or is romantically interested in you, suddenly you're like,
oh my God.
I might like that person too.
Absolutely.
I think I see I think I see that they like me, and suddenly I realize that they like them. That I like them. Now, if you think somebody doesn't like you and you have a crush on them,
it's like, oh.
Then it goes the other way. Then it's like, why do I like this person? They're actually annoying.
Yeah.
And so you have feelings for this girl and you're wondering, should I tell her how I feel? Definitely tell her how you feel. It will make her like you more.
I think she's pretty aware.
She's pretty aware. Definitely. But then they had this conversation like, we shouldn't have feelings for each other. We should stop.
No. Take that back.
Yeah, if you've changed your mind about that, let her know, okay? Because she might still be trying to force herself to get over these feelings. Right. And that's not what you want.
If anything, that could kill the friend group.
Yeah. So I would let her know, like, hey, I really like you, and I don't want to not have these feelings for you. I don't want to get over it. I actually think you're really cool, and, I like hanging out with you. Not saying we have to be boyfriend and girlfriend, not saying we have to date, but I don't want to stop hanging out, and I don't want to stop, having these feelings for you because I really enjoy them and I like being around you and you make me feel happy. You tell that to a girl, she's going to be like, yeah, I'm down. So.
Yeah, especially since she clearly already feels the same thing.
Yeah, and if you go in and you tell her, like, look, I don't think we should like each other, then she's going to stop liking you because people want to like somebody who likes them and they don't want to like somebody who doesn't like them.
Oh, yeah, you don't want
That's
to
just
be
human
rejected.
nature. So, yeah, be honest with her about how you feel. Be honest with yourself and don't try to make it awkward. Don't put any pressure on the relationship. Just enjoy it.
Yeah.
Okay, guys? Netflix and chill, bro. Just hang out. People love hearing that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Just hang out, have fun, and enjoy the ride of life. Don't take life so seriously. Just take it day by day. See what happens. Try to have fun.
Yeah.
And good luck. I say go for it.
I agree.
Thanks for the email, and let us know how it all works out. See ya. Okay, I think we have time for one more video call. Let's get to it. Oops. Sorry. Here we go.
Hey, Derrick. Hey, Meg. Don't be alarmed. I know I'm very red right now. I was just outside, but that's not why I'm calling.
Don't be alarmed.
I'm alarmed.
Yeah, I hope you guys are doing well. I just had, so I've been in a relationship for about 1.5 years now, and everything is going really well. My girlfriend's super supportive. And I'm supportive of her, and everything's been really good. One thing I want to ask is, she's been bringing up marriage a lot, and this is not new. Like, she's always kind of brought it up, but it's always been like very casual. And I've always kind of been like, I don't know. I'm not. Sometimes I'm like, yeah, I can. Of course, I want to get married someday, I think. And then, but I have been, like, hey, I think you might be bringing it up too much. So it's not like we've had that conversation already, and then it kind of goes away for a little bit. Then it just seems to come back up in full swing again, where she's just saying it a lot. And recently, that's been that kind of situation. So it's not like, I definitely am very happy in this relationship, and I'm definitely there's no issue beside the fact that it just seems, I'm 25, she's 21, we've only been dating for 1.5 years, and I know it's like I'm the kind of guy that I can talk about it, and that's fine. Like, I definitely have no problem just being like, yeah, let's talk about what it would be like to be married. But there comes a point, I guess, where it's like you keep having to bring it up, like, hey, maybe we should calm down with talking about it. We are very young. And I've already told her that I want to wait a long time until I'm married. So she knows that, and she just also keeps bringing it up a lot. So I want to get your opinion on it. Keep in mind the fact that I am very happy in this relationship, but it just seems a little weird talking about marriage so soon into it. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Okay. I'm sorry. I shouldn't laugh, but this guy, I think it's funny just the way he delivered his question.
Yeah.
We're very supportive of each other, but she keeps talking about getting married.
Oh.
So what do you do when you have a girlfriend who just keeps talking about marriage? What are you trying to do here? You're probably wanting to shout at her. He's 25. His girlfriend is 21. People get married at that age. It's still a little bit young, I think.
Yeah.
If I thought back to being 21 and getting married to the person
shit.
I was dating back then, oh man,
Hell
wouldn't
no.
want to do that. But they're very happy,
So that's good.
They might. Have you ever dated somebody who wanted to get married?
No.
Oh yeah. See, I've dated people that I thought like maybe we'll get married, but never somebody who's like so. I want to casually drop talking about marriage again.
No, I would never even think to do that.
Yeah. Whew.
That's a tough one.
I'm trying to think, like, what do you do when somebody just brings up marriage a lot? They've already talked and said that they don't want.
That he's not ready.
He's not ready to get married. He wants to get married eventually. They're in a
Right.
good relationship. You know what I would do is I would have a plan. So you're 25, your girlfriend is 21. I would let her know that you're not planning on getting married till before the age of 30, and then see how she feels about that.
That could either go okay or really bad.
Yeah. Or, 5 years rolls around, now you're 30, she's like, so we getting married? And you're like,
I've been waiting.
still don't know if I want to. What can you do in this situation other than make it very clear to your significant other that you see marriage on the timeline, but not on the immediate timeline?
Yeah, I think just saying like, yeah, I do want to get married eventually.
Yeah.
So I think that's all you can really do.
I would tell her too that maybe she is just wondering, like, is this relationship going anywhere? Is this relationship progressing? Some people, they want to see like milestone achievements in the relationship.
Right.
So I would show her that that marriage is a milestone on your timeline, but there are many milestones in between dating and becoming married. So if you guys ever have this conversation again, maybe tell her like, look, I love you. This relationship is going great, and I could see myself marrying you in the future. In fact, I want to get married to you in the future. But I feel like there's so much that I want to do in my life and that I want to do in this relationship before we get to that point.
Oh, absolutely.
And then you could tell her some things like, I want to travel, I want to see the world, I want to get my career going. These are all things I want to do before we are married.
Right.
And I want to do these things with you. I don't know if you guys live together, but you could tell her, if you don't live together, we don't even live together. So, we'll have to move in, and, I see marriage as something that would be a few years down the line, maybe even 5 or 6 years down the line. And then gauge her reaction to that. Maybe she's seeing it in like 1 or 2 years, and you guys can have a conversation about that and maybe split the difference. It doesn't sound like you guys are going to break up no matter what. You say you're very happy. Obviously, she's very happy with you.
Right.
So I don't
trying to lock it down.
Yeah. So I don't think there's anything you could say that would ruin the relationship.
No.
So I say, just throw it all on the table.
Yeah.
Basically, tell her, I want to get married to you, but not anytime soon.
Yeah. Just be really blunt about it.
Yeah, if it's at the point where she is constantly bringing up marriage, then you should be at the point where you feel comfortable just being frank.
Yeah.
And being like, look,
hey!
I don't want you talking about marriage so much anymore. Hey, I really, I don't know how to feel about all the marriage conversation. Like, I really like you, but every time you bring it up, it feels like, there's just unnatural stress and pressure put on our relationship, which we don't need, because there's so many things that I think we should experience as a couple before we even start approaching marriage. So,
and I think that's a really respectable thing, and I don't think that she would have a problem with that.
Yeah, so just lay it all out there. Have a big conversation about it. Not just like, oh yeah, wouldn't that be nice? All right.
Someday.
Let's not talk about it anymore. Like, no, let's talk about it. And, I would even start the conversation with, this is something that you've been bringing up a lot recently, so I feel like you really want to talk about it. So I think we should talk about it.
Yeah.
Marriage.
And then, like, if you have, like, goals and aspirations that you want to achieve before marriage, just spell it out for her.
Yeah, and maybe see how she feels about that, too. I'm sure she'll have goals and things she wants to achieve.
Maybe she doesn't even realize it.
Yeah, maybe that'll be what she says, too. I was going to say the same thing. Like, she'll realize, like, oh, I've really got you worked up about marriage because I'm talking about it so much. That's not what I wanted to do. Maybe she'll realize maybe I should stop talking about it so much. So, yeah, be frank, be blunt, throw it all out there. You guys are in a good place, so you don't have to worry about like, oh, am I going to make her feel weird? Is she going to dump me if we talk about this? Nah, you guys, you could just jump right in. Thanks for the video call, and good luck. All right, everybody. I think that wraps up our episode for today. Thanks to everybody who has been watching on YouTube and who has been supporting us on Patreon. The Mega 64 Patreon, for just $1, you get to see all of these episodes 1 week early. You get advanced access to all the advice we're giving to you, gives you the competitive edge
Oh, yeah.
in the dating world. Hey, if you want to follow us for more HeartSlayers updates or just to see what's going on in our life, you can follow us on Twitter. I am at Gustavo.
And I am at Furnace Woods.
Yes, and I want to give a big shout out to everybody who leaves comments on our YouTube
Yes, the comments
page.
are so good.
The comments are good. Everybody has their own take on these situations, and I know all of the callers love to get outsider perspectives from people who aren't just us. And I noticed a couple people who have answered like every single issue.
It's so cool.
There's a little gang of mini HeartSlayers out there. I see you all out there.
yeah.
And yeah, I see you. And I'm going to take you under my wing. Someday we're going to have like a big, I'm going to train these guys.
Oh.
And we're going to franchise HeartSlayers out
Hell
there.
yeah.
We'll be back every other Tuesday at 10 a.m. Pacific time. So we hope to get more of your calls, more of your emails, more of your video questions. Thank you for watching. And until next time, take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.